And now for something completely different, as the Monty Pythons used to say, and I imagine quite a few of you are old enough to remember that. Well, not completely different in that we're still going to be talking about training, getting fitter and training for endurance events and what works and what doesn't work. But we're going to do it as a worked example in that Claire is going to coach me to develop my endurance cycling fitness.
John has asked me to coach him to help him build some fitness, so I'm excited to help him with this. The first thing to do with any athlete who's coming back after some time off is to establish a good training routine.
Like quite often happens, certainly for me anyway, I get derailed and end up being distracted by other things, or unable to find time to train, or unable to prioritise my training sufficiently to develop my fitness. And one of the things I've found quite interesting is this Randonneur Round the Year thing that UK ODACs do. It seems like a really good way of maintaining fitness, keeping interest throughout the year. And so I'm hoping to do my first 200 in December. But basically the goal is to get some sort of fitness so I can do things that I find exciting, get out on my bike, do some long rides and enjoy the mountains.
We've had a discussion about good days to do certain things, and we've come up with a weekly plan. The main aim is to do 5 decent bike rides a week, including 1 longer bike ride at the weekend to build up endurance. There's also some light weight bearing exercises in there which are important for cyclists. We didn't have a clear idea of John's zones, so we did an FTP test yesterday, which you'll see in the plan for Wednesday.
Today I've got to do an FTP test. Claire likes to do a 30-minute test. I quite like it as well actually. There's a lot of sense in it. It's pretty simple and it gives you a threshold heart rate and a reasonable estimate of your FTP. I'm doing this test on a road bike on a hill because it's pretty hilly around here and a lot of my interval sessions are on hills, so it's probably the most representative piece of information for FTP type powers. Anyway, we're at the start of my traditional test hill, so I'll sign out and suffer. I'm going to do a couple of sprints and then get into the 30 minutes. See you on the other side. Shows how long it is since I last did one of these tests. I pressed the wrong button on my Garmin, so I'm starting again. Right, here we go. Oh, that was fun, as you can probably tell.
I was pleasantly surprised. I don't seem to be as unfit as I thought, although I think actually trying to sustain a training routine might be quite difficult for me.
So you can see the results of the test in the Training Peaks workout. The average power that John maintained for the 30-minute time trial was 228 watts. We could go with the 228 watts, but sometimes that can read a bit high. So we cross-checked this as well with WKO. John's modelled FTP in WKO is a bit lower at 223 watts. Given that we're starting out and that John's had some problems with fatigue in the past, it might be wise on this occasion for us to go with the low modelled FTP, because we can always change it up if we need to. So the plan is to get some consistency, to work with the training zones as we've described there, and I'm excited to see how John's fitness develops over time.
Anyway, that's it. I hope you're going to find this useful. It's an interesting project, and please let us know what aspects you're interested in, what aspects you're not interested in. If you'd like longer videos with more detail of how Claire analyses the data. And see you next time. Bye.